odds were stacked against us, but the Pacific Northwest weather changed, and it changed for the better, and it looks like we are going to be racing tonight here at the Willamette Speedway located in Lebanon, Oregon. Welcome back to today's video. This is officially night number 2 of the fastest 4 days in motorsports in 2022 with the King of the West 410 sprint cars. And right now I am standing right on the exit of turns 1 and 2 at the Willamette Speedway, and technically I would still consider tonight a home turf event. This track is located in the state of Oregon. I probably have ran here 6, 7, 8 times, never in a 410, but in the limited and the 360. And I actually have a feature win here, which is pretty neat. Anyway, we're gonna be jumping right into all the action with mud pack, hot laps, and qualifying. I believe we're expecting anywhere between 15 and 18 cars, a little bit light, but as I said in the last video, you have to remember, we're not in 410 country. If they get this surface prepped though, Willamette, in the past, we've seen it get right up here by the wall, develop a very thin bottom, and I think with some of the water that they're putting on it, if it can stay together, hold up, get slick, we should be in for a good show tonight.
New track number. You get a warm-up lap, okay? He bobbled a little bit down here because it was a little slick on his warm-up lap, but then he hit it perfect on his, so.
Well, we just had a quick break in the action, finished 410 qualifying, then we had opening ceremonies, and we're starting to roll into the heat races. I got out with some confidence. I really thought, maybe tonight was the night where we laid down a good qualifying lap, but still, same story with our 410 program all year. We've just been that far off where we need to be. Ended up 10th quick out of 16 cars. We were in 11.61. That was our fastest lap. In quick time, Justin Sanders, with a new track record, was an 11.28. So that's 3/10, but from my spot to like 5th was only about a 10th or a little bit more. So it's just that close. I mean, we have a very quality field here, even though it is smaller. We do have a quality field with fast cars, and you just have to be as perfect as you can. Watching my laps back, I thought I got through 3 and 4 really well, maybe a little high in 1 and 2, and that might have just killed, just a little bit. So with a little bit of a smaller field than last night, they're only doing 2 heat races, which means we are gonna miss the inversion. We're gonna be starting 3rd row inside. Track is starting to slicken off. Hopefully we'll have multiple lanes to kind of pass and try to move forward to accumulate some more points. Looks like the bottom has some grip and the top has grip, but since it's been a little bit since sprint cars have been out there, it'll be interesting to kind of see what it does. Anyway, they just blew the horn. I'm gonna strap in. Let's try to move forward. heat races have wrapped up here at Willamette, and they just did the 410 dash. I'll be straight up and honest with you guys, you know I always am. I sucked there. I sucked there in the heat race. We had like a great game plan and idea of what to do. We had everything, you know, lined out, and I just did not execute one bit. The racetrack was very good around the bottom, and I knew that, I needed to stick it in the first corner and try to just rip down there and pick off cars right at the start, because it was gonna single file out. Everybody knew the bottom was good, but if guys on the outside got trapped, I could move forward, and I totally missed it first corner. I probably missed it the second lap, third lap, and then at one point I was stuck trying to pull a tear off for a couple laps. Things just did not necessarily go my way. Like I said, I didn't execute. So that is what it is. We started 5th and ran 5th, and now with that, we are gonna be starting 10th in tonight's A main event. Here's one last look at the track surface before they roll into all the action. The sun is setting, things are starting to get a little bit colder, and I actually think it's gonna be pretty good as the bottom is starting to burn off and throw material on the high side and kind of widen out both directions.
Have fun. Love you.
Watch out for the slick, watch out for the grease.
Ryan's
gonna be good. 10? You're fine.
So just wrapped up our night here at the Willamette Speedway. Absolutely stellar crowd, and I got 2 fans that want to be in the video. What's your name, dude?
Gavin.
And?
Camden.
These guys have been coming and seeing me every single year when I'm here at Willamette. We take an annual photo. We're probably going on 3-4 years. Show them your shirt. He's got the original Tanner Holmes merch from back in 2018. That shows you how long he's been around. Anyway, great night. We're gonna wrap up, get things all cleaned up, and figure out what the next step is as far as our weekend and where we'll be headed next. So we got some more young dirt track fans that wanted to be in the video. As I told you guys, the fan turnout tonight was insane. We've been outside for the last 45 minutes signing autographs. What's your name?
Karen.
And?
Zoe.
Did you guys have fun tonight at the races?
Yeah. Yes.
Everybody here has been enjoying the 410 Sprint Car return to Oregon. I've been loving it. The fans have been loving it. The drivers have been enjoying it. What a surface we had tonight. It definitely threw us off guard a little bit in the feature. We'll talk more about that here in a minute before we wrap up. So we're the last ones here in the pit area. They just shut off the track lights, just shut off our pit lights. What a night though it was. Started 10th there in that KWS 30 lap feature and came home 6th to tie my career best run again with the series and collect a pair of 6th to kind of start this fastest 4 days in motorsports. Dad just fired up the motorhome. Race car's in, everything's all tied down. The racetrack tonight, you know, I thought it was gonna be really, really good at the beginning, and not that it wasn't. You know, it was smooth, there was no ruts, you could kind of move around a little bit. But my fear happened, and that was, you know, we started off qualifying around the high side. That was great. I'm like, perfect. It's going to get super wide. It's going to get super racy. This might even get up on the fence. And then there in the heat race, it was kind of single file around the bottom. And I was hoping that grip would just burn off, and it would just get a little bit thinner to where you could start using that outside again. But it never really just got that way. The bottom ultimately was just too wet, and in the feature, it got locked down, especially in 1 and 2. I mean, you could run the car so hard for an A main event. 3 and 4, I felt like you had to be a little bit more careful because it was starting to slicken off just enough to where you started to get sideways and you know you didn't want to spin the tires. But as I mentioned, 1 and 2 was a different story. I mean, you could run it really, really hard. I was able to gain some spots on double file restarts, and then I passed probably 1 car, you know, a lap or 2 into the run. But other than that, you know, it's kind of just chasing the guy in front of you, and we were all, I feel like, very similar in speed. But a Go +4, nothing to complain about. A good night for us. Cars in one piece. I don't think we really hurt tires much at all. Do want to give a quick shout out to all my sponsors, On-Site Screeners, Fast Four Media, Lafarge North America, Pit Stop USA, Earth Environmental, QRC, Next Gen Def, Carson Oil, as well as my friends over at ABC Powder Coating, my crew and family. It was a fun first 2 nights, and that kind of leads us to the next topic. We obviously ran Southern Oregon, we ran Willamette, but now the weather looks horrible for the Grays Harbor Raceway, which is the Timber Cup in night 3 and 4, fastest 4 days in motorsports. So I'm about to shut this door right now, head into the motorhome. We're gonna have a family meeting and figure out if we are going to travel the 2.5 to 3 hour drive north and see if we don't get rained out, or just head back home and call it a weekend. Tomorrow for night number 3 is a 90% chance of rain all day, which basically means we're most likely not racing. Sunday has a better chance, and I think there's a decent opportunity that we get to race on Sunday. But with the half-inch of rain that they're calling for, you know, tomorrow, is the surface even going to be worth running? You guys saw what it was like there about a month ago when we ran. It was really, really rough, and I don't have a whole lot of interest doing that in the 410, but at the same time, I want to support KWS and what they're trying to do. So we're very torn. Like I said, we're going to go have a family meeting, figure it out, decide what we're going to do with the team. Overall, though, Willamette, thank you for having the 410s back. What a crowd, what a fan experience these guys got, and what an experience we got as a team. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up this video. 6th tonight for the 2nd night in a row with KWS. We went forward, we had fun, we made our race car better, and ultimately we survived the 30 lap feature. See you guys all in the next one. Deuces.